we're going to play the wizard game. Bill.
Yes.
Your eyes are heavy. They're heavy with a weight that only comes from stark exhaustion or heavy medication. And when you finally manage to creak open your eyes, so willing to weld themselves shut, it's then that you realize you're not in a place well suited to those awakening from a long sleep. You find stark white, bright fluorescence, and from the comfort of a plush white bed, you find yourself in a padded room with no clear idea of how exactly you got there.
What the hell? But this isn't my apartment. Hello? Is anybody there?
Voice hangs off the upholstery, and it's only then that you notice a cuff around your arm chaining you to a metal protrusion at the very head of your padded bed.
What the hell is this? Where am I?
Summoned by your screams, something seems to turn the knob of the door. You hear a ch-ch-ch as the door begins to slide open. Coming through the doorway is a rather modestly dressed woman, wearing glasses, a brown ponytail, with a clipboard.
Mr. Morgan, my God, you're not supposed to be up this early. Are you feeling all right?
Feeling all right? Who are you? Where am I?
Hold on, Mr. Morgan. Calm down.
Don't you hold on me. Who are you? Where? This is not my house. This is not
That's very true. That's very true. I'm Dr. Liddy. I work for the Psychological Organization of Norfolk. I work at the university, and I need to let you know you've had a rather traumatic evening. How are you feeling?
And how do you think I woke up in a padded room? What do you expect me to feel? I'm fucking terrified.
I understand, but please, sir, try to remain calm. I can't blame you after the night you've had for feeling exhausted. Is it all right if I come in and sit and chat with you?
Sure. Wait, who are you with?
As I said, I work for the university. I do work for the medical wards.
Who are you really
Norfolk.
with? You know what I know. That's
Please.
Not true.
Sir, I think that you've gotten a little hysterical. She pulls up a stool. Now, if you don't mind, could you run me through the events of last evening from the beginning? That way we might both clear up some lingering confusion.
Well...
Can you remember?
Last night, I was out with friends of mine. We were hunting in the woods.
Let's try not to overwhelm ourselves by going in media res for your recollection. Let's try to start slow. Do you remember what you were doing yesterday morning?
I was getting ready in my apartment. I was...
All of a sudden, you turn yourself inward. As you begin to struggle with these memories, these thoughts of blackened woods and momentum through a harsh bog, thoughts of terror under a dark sky, you find your way through this dull, throbbing white buzz, and you remember where you were when the story began. You remember oversleeping for work. Your alarm goes off, Bill Morgan, in your apartment, and you realize that you have about 15 minutes to get to Mr. Brim's estate if you want to keep your job.
Oh, fuck, gosh! I always like to get I should have stayed up watching Rotgrind again. Damn it! Oh, Bill will just literally leap out of bed, just ass hanging out of his fucking tidy whities, tearing through his absolutely trashed apartment, looting through his piles of clothes that he's yet to wash for weeks, and just pulls out a pair of work pants, dirtied as they always are. Okay, I got those, and T-shirt! Digs through his dresser, pulls out a generic, like, I Want to Believe style T-shirt stained, because he forgot to wash it again, and throws it on, pulls over a flannel.
You set out in your garb, presumably your toolbox at the ready. And I gotta ask, as you leave the apartment, would you care to describe Bill Morgan?
Bill Morgan is a stout, pudgy 30-something with a lush but largely unkempt beard and mustache. He is not the kind of person you would look at and assume to be a well-kept individual. In fact, given the time, one might not think that he is fairly well off. And you'd be right, he looks kind of schlubby, a bit dirty, but very much has the airs about him of a handyman. He doesn't have time to waste in the pleasantries of cleaning himself up nowadays. It's all about getting to the job site, taking care of what he needs to, when, of course, he still has a job site to go to, but has that kind of wily conviviality about him that you might see in, say, Dom DeLuise. He's friendly to look at, but there's something not quite right with him, and you can't really place it until you start talking with him at length.
Well, it takes all kinds to make a world. And as you rush out to work, what is your mode of transportation?
His mode of transportation is what one would expect for a beater car of the time. Most likely a early 90s Pontiac. Beat to shit, but still going by virtue of his own maintenance and jerry-rigging of the vehicle itself. Covered in any number of scratches, dents, duct tape. He's been using this for some time to get back and forth between his job sites because he's been setting aside money for his cinematographic ordeals or really just keeping all of his other expenses together. But it's been tried and true, and it's kept him going till this point, so he keeps on powering through to his job sites.
Against all odds, your horrendous bucket of bolts manages to creak out of your parking garage. It creaks down the road, and it creaks just up to your work site, just in time to save you from the axe. Rolling far away from your motel view apartment, you find a luxurious, multi-storied beach house somewhere on the northern end of town. Outside, you can see a few laborers hard at work, a large moving truck, and the general sounds of commotion. As you begin to question what the fuck you're doing here, memories begin flooding back to you. You're here to install a new floor for a client known as Mr. Brim. You'll know also that you've never seen Mr. Brim. No one on your worksite has seen Mr. Brim, but his eagle-eyed butler, Gerald Slane. He's sure to be lurking about somewhere and probably has some scathing remark for you.
All right, we have another hardwood install today. I brought along all the hammers and brought my nail gun, but I can't help feel I'm missing something here. I'm sure I just left it on the site again.
Bill will trundle out of his car, his toolbox and air compressor in hand, and begin walking up to the job site, passing by the various movers going towards the bottom floor.
You don't see Gerald Slane, and that's excellent for you. He's nowhere to be found until you get up to the main door. Mr. Morgan.
Hello there.
Charmed.
Nice to see you again, Gerald. I hope we're not too late today. Ran into a bit of trouble in traffic. You know how it is.
No, I can't say I do. You see, when Mr. Brim calls me to his site, I arrive on time, precisely when I am meant to, which I should remark is far earlier than you needed to arrive.
Oh, well, that's why Mr. Brim always pays you the big bucks.
And he'll kind of gently bap his shoulder with his dirty, dirty knuckles.
Yeah, that's why I'm here putting in floors today.
Yes, I suppose it is, isn't it? You see, as his hands begin swiping off some of the grease you may have tracked. The floor on the inside is all but finished, Mr. Morgan. However, you may still be of use in aiding with the construction of the backdoor gazebo.
Oh, of course, that wouldn't be a problem at all.
You're drunk again, are you?
Not at all. Haven't been drunk in at least 36 hours.
Well, I'm delighted to hear it. Mr. Brim will be in contact if you need anything, and by Mr. Brim, I of course mean myself on his behalf. Now, I believe there's a gazebo that needs seeing to.
Of course, I'll get right on there. Don't you worry.
You pass through the insides of this mostly finished beach house, and on the second deck, you are working more or less alone and beginning to lay the foundations for a brand new, custom-ordered gazebo. How well exactly did you start setting it up? Why don't you go ahead and make our first roll of the game?
Let's.
Dexterity crafts?
Dexterity crafts. I can do that for you. It's going to be a total of 4 die coming at you.
Excellent. Difficulty 6.
Difficulty 6. Let's go. 4 die.
Oh, and one success.
Your heart isn't exactly in it. I mean, how can it be when you're doing this kind of work? But you know how to set up a gazebo. You put things up exactly where they need to be. You begin the structure, setting up the foundation, hammering into nails on wood. A street over. Something you can only see because of your elevated position. You notice a black marked car. A door opens as a woman held in place, dragged, screaming and thrashing by 2 individuals with black suits and black sunglasses, shoved into the back seat before the door slams.
Oh my god, they just disappeared, that person. Holy shit.
And Bill, seeing this, just absolutely distracted from his work, is rifling through his toolbox because, of course, this is where he keeps a beat-up handheld camcorder.
As you reach for that handheld camcorder, you stop keeping pressure on a particular beam that really needed to be there, and it kind of begins sliding down with a light thunk and the noise of a nail being ripped out of its socket, falling over, ruining a particular necessary patch of wood, and things slowly begin falling apart one by one before you look back up to catch an image of a black car that's already sped off.
Oh, damn it, not again. Wait, if I go, I could probably catch up.
Mr. Morgan!
Yes!
What happened here?
Oh, well, this piece of board here might be of, subpar make by the looks of things. It, well, couldn't seem to support the weight that I had up on it, and looks to have collapsed. You can't always take into account even the finest quality wood. There's always bound to be an aberration at some point. It's a statistical certainty. I'm sure you can understand that.
I agree with you about statistical aberrations. He quickly takes the plank. Yes. Well, I shall have to get this replaced. That is all, Mr. Morgan. You may go home.
Oh, but I'm not done yet. I have to finish up the...
Oh, no, Mr. Morgan. You're quite done. You have a pleasant evening. I'll be in contact about your pay.
What are you talking... we're not done yet. We signed a contract for this. I have to actually put this up.
How much would you like?
Well, for the install job,
You didn't exactly finish installing it. He takes out a wad of 100 bills. It's like 400 in it. Here, take it.
He'll walk over and take it from him.
You know, it's about 200 short for the floor inside. You remember that, right?
Oh, yes, I remember.
how others had it installed before you. Mr. Morgan, if you do not leave these premises, I will call the police and I will have you arrested for trespassing. Do we understand each other?
Sure, well, we're clear. Thank you.
I'm glad to hear that. Oh, no. I assure you the pleasure was all mine. I assume at this point you will leave the worksite.
Yes, Bill will start walking away. Actually, he's going to look back if the, has Gerald gone back inside?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Bill is going to look over to his half-finished handiwork, and seeing one of the nails that was not quite put in, will reach through one of the railings and pull it out.
Roll me another Dex Crafts.
Dex Craft.
And what's your intention here? Just give him a little middle finger on your way out?
Little middle finger, but it's also going to create further structural instability. It might actually collapse the gazebo roof downwards and take out the stairs.
Ah, now there's a thought. Go for it.
All right, here we go. We have 2 successes.
2 successes. Well, you've scored enough successes to the point that as you're wandering out to your infamous piece of shit car, you are pleased and delighted with a sudden as woodwork in the backyard falls apart just on time.
Another successful installation. Oh shit, I gotta go.
Oh yeah, you leave that place far before contractors begin flooding it like a den of wasps, and you're out back on the roads of Norfolk. As you drive, you get a call.
Bill's Buildings.
Bill!
Hey, what's going on?
Hey! Listen, buddy, listen. I need you at O'Tully's, and I need you there, I don't know, like, whenever, I mean, you know, when are you eating dinner?
I mean, not right now. I'm just leaving the job site. I mean, is everyone meeting up now?
Oh my god, well, honestly, no, we're just sort of planning it in advance. Listen, I got something you're gonna go crazy about. You're not, you're not gonna regret when you first jacked up with good old Delman. I tell you the things I know about, the things I got on docket.
Oh, geez, I'm chomping at the bit here. You got me real keyed up right now. I got stories for you. You have no idea what I just saw today, too.
Listen. We can advance up our timetable a little bit because Glenn and Gale, they're homebodies, so they kind of doing whatever. Why don't you go ahead and get your best cameras ready, put some thought into a hell of a shot tonight, and meet us at the O'Tully's on 6th Street.
Absolutely. I'll head home right now and get all that ready. And I'll meet you at O'Tully's after.
All right, 10-4, old buddy.
The phone line goes dead.
Ooh, and Bill will start slapping his steering wheel into like,
Oh, yes, we're fucking doing it tonight, boys. Let's go.
he'll just pedal the metals, keep going faster, because he's like, oh yes, now I actually have something to do tonight other than be depressed I just lost another job.
And so it was that you went raving down those streets. And a few hours later, you pull up on O'Tully's. A damp, green fast food place with a giant O and a large plume of smoke coming out from the chimney where the friars are hard at work. Greeting you there is a young 20-something, about a few feet shorter than you, but just as stocky, just as large, open arms, reaching out for you, the red jacket swaying in the wind of fast food commerce. Bill, you old peach!
Gentlemen, you beautiful bastard! I'll have you been. He'll reach in and he'll grab each other.
To embrace with this tearful reunion. By God, it's been 2 days since you last saw each other, and already you're back at it again. He brings you over to the O'Tully's counter, and I must ask, what exactly will you order?
He will order a Sam Adams, or a legally non-distinct beer.
All right, one legally non-distinct beer coming right up.
By the way, would you like that gut busted for you?
Oh, yeah, fuck it up. Fuck me up. Let's go.
All right, we have this new promotion where we just slather ranch on the bottle. Is that good?
Yeah, fuck it. We're in Rome.
All
Let's
right,
do it.
You want it with or without breadcrumbs?
Make it crispy.
Ah, man after my own heart.
And you see as the strange troll at the fast food counter returns with a Sam Adams covered in ranch and breadcrumbs that has been deep fried.
Just like real life.
Just like real life! With your strange, dubiously edible spoil in hand, you find your way to a counter, whereupon Glenn and Gale are sitting, chatting merrily. Now, Glenn and Gale have been married for some time, though that doesn't stop them from cutting drastically different profiles. Glenn is about as tall as you and very bald. He has a face like some East London gangster, which makes it very strange when it turns out that he is in fact a complete homegrown American boy. Whereas Gale is mousier. She has over her shoulders a large, organically woven shawl, a shirt that has a large marijuana leaf, multiple crystalline necklaces, and very, very large circular glasses.
Oh my God, it's Bill! Bill! We've been waiting for you!
Oh, I hope you haven't been waiting too long. It's good to see you, Gale.
Well, the pleasure's all mine, Bill. Let me tell you, we got one hell of a find old Delman found for us.
Do you, Glenn? Oh, I'm waiting. He called me earlier the other day, and I was like, oh, it's finally happening. We're gonna get the big scooper after, aren't we?
You're back in the padded room. So, Big Scoop, Glenn, Gale, Delman, you talk a lot about this. Is this some sort of hobby, a publication you all run?
It's a little column P. I mean, we're enthusiasts. We explore the unexplored. What people don't necessarily want to look into, or the police won't believe if you tell them. But rest assured, we are a perfectly legitimate publication, exploring the mysteries of Norfolk and Virginia at large.
That sounds fascinating. Have you ever found anything?
Yes, of course we found certain things, but it's nothing that the man wants us to tell people about. People aren't ready for it, we think.
Right. And so you three together, you all worked on a particular publication?
Yes, the Hidden Gazette. It's a magazine and a website too. We're just getting it off the ground finally, but...
As you begin licking your horribly slathered beer bottle and tasting the wonderful welts of commerce, you begin engaging in conversation with your cohorts. Two little figures of the Loveland Frog and one of the Chupacabra begin lining up the dinner table as people begin bringing out their various assortments. They start talking and shaking their hands. And then eventually the master of the ceremonies speaks up.
All right, Bill. Why don't I show you those documents we found?
Oh, yes, let me see the goods.
All right. So, you remember when we all went to go chase after the Mothman?
Of course I did. We almost went over the bridge.
Yeah, and then all those, police officers scared us away, said that we were causing a public disturbance.
Those torches we had were perfectly legitimate. They weren't fire hazards. The bridge just happened to be covered in very flammable Mothman feces.
All right,
as they
to be
often
an
are.
action sheet every day. It's part of the U.S. government's big schemes.
The MWO, they just don't want us to know about Mothman now, do they?
Right, they don't. And that's why we never learned anything about him. But this time will be different. Because the score, it's not in some bridge or some cabin or in some highly populated suburban area this time. This time, it's in the swamp.
The swamp?
Check it out.
And he takes out from a manila folder a large black and white composite photo of mud. There's a little bit of grass growing, a few centipedes roiling around in there, but it's mud depressed out into a strange geometric pattern.
What the hell is this?
I'll tell you what it's about. You know the Mayans?
Of course the Mayans. The ancient astronauts themselves.
Yeah, exactly. And doesn't this iconography, doesn't it look a lot like those old photos you get of the Aztec ruin or the ancient Mayans or the whatever? Isn't there some comparison with the geomantic weave we got going on here? Whatever the term is.
That does look like this does look like ancient. See, these are sigils. They similar to the ones that they had at the ruins of Mexico City. They were purported to draw in the energies of the psychomantic flow behind all consciousness, to draw them into these focal points and harness that power for arcane means. It does look similar, but they weren't reported to be this far into the continent. How could that even be here?
All right, go ahead and roll me some lore occult.
Lore occult.
Or sorry, not lore occult, intelligence occult. That's what we
Intelligence
roll in
occult.
this game.
I can do that. It's going to be 3 d10s. With 2 successes and 1 failure.
Remarkably, you actually have some idea of what you're talking about. These ruins that you found in the distant past, or at least ruins that were found in the distant past, they seem to have some sort of just curious interlinking with just these cosmic think tanks and these corporate abettors that just they took over the land and they bulldozed the ruins, and then they kind of kept whatever was there for themselves. You are familiar with this kind of thing. And that's what helps convince you that when these photos begin coming out, that they're the genuine article.
I don't know, Bill. I mean, these just kind of seem like circles on mud.
Anybody can make circles on mud. This is like forgotten history shit. They're trying to bury
No way. These were taken last night in an abandoned area of the Great Dismal Swamp. Ain't nothing there but gators and bears and bugs, oh my. And the best part, you want to know how we can really tell these are fresh?
How?
Now, I'm no big shot photographer like you, Bill, so you gotta forgive me for the lack of clarity here, but... He takes out one final image. It's of trees cresting over a large body of water. At first, it seems like the moon's in the sky. But then you get a closer look at the crescent, and you realize that's not a moon. It looks almost like a flying saucer.
Oh my god.
Yeah, man. We gotta get fucking medieval up here, man. We are looking at the scoop of a century. The Hidden Gazette's gonna be turned into some minor league project, into, I don't know, we're looking at Howard Stern here, you know? We might make first contact. We gotta do it.
It's just like that movie with Steven Spielberg. We gotta get my MIDI. We gotta get the MIDI back at the house.
Oh, that's a great idea. We'll listen to it in the car because I want all of you to put on your best flannel. And we got a plan. Glenn, tell them the plan.
All right. You're going to like this one, Bill. So, suspicious people, they get arrested. We got it covered. I'm going to get us some safety suits, some camo caps, some flannel. And of course, I'll let you borrow one of each from my famous shotgun reserve. We're going duck hunting. If we just so happen to find an extraterrestrial or a Clantuviridian or one of the star people out there, all the better, right?
Of course. Could be Satans too. We wouldn't want to run into Satans without a gun.
And I fucking hate Satans.
Oh, we all hate Satans.
Okay, all right. It's a deal. We're gonna go and we're gonna document this alien, maybe.
We gotta make sure we're prepared.
And so, the plans are prepared. And I would ask, given that you have about an hour or so to prepare, you're given the camo, you're given the safety jacket, you're given a shotgun. Is there anything else that you're bringing to proceedings?
Of course, he's going to have his camcorder and 2 sticks of jerky.
All right. With all of your accoutrements accounted for, with your guns and jerky fresh in your hand, you are loaded into the back of Delman's RV. The night retreat is long. The road towards the Great Dismal Swamp takes a bit of time. You see, the Great Dismal Swamp is a large swamp located both in Virginia, but also the great state of North Carolina. The RV quakes with anticipation. The TV showing footage of some bird-haired speaker talking about whether or not the chupacabra is alive somewhere. What's your take on that, Bill?
Oh, the chupacabra? It's probably not up here. It's probably just another feral gray that got left behind for too long and started eating ghosts to stay alive.
So true, man. So true.
Pass the buff.
Oh, are we smoking marijuana in the car?
Of course.
I'm down for that. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, that's awesome. There are actually rules for that. I'm gonna find
Are
it
there?
for
Fuck
you.
yes. Of course there is.
Yeah,
It's one. It's gotta be.
dude, of course there is smoking weed rules. It actually makes you better at some things. I found it! The mellowing effects of ganja alter a character's sense of time, space, and well-being. On the flip side, they can induce paranoia, heart-pumping panic attacks, and other unpleasantness. So you are an incredibly strong-willed individual. Go ahead and roll me roll.
Sure. 6 successes and a 10.
Are you kidding me? You're so used to poisoning your system, the negative effects of marijuana barely glean on you, and all you get are the positives. And for the remainder of this session, you will get 1 extra dice on all perception-based pools.
Ooh, very good. Thank you.
If you had failed, you might have lost a dice.
See, if you do enough drugs, you get superpowers.
That is true. However, you will lose 1 dice from your dexterity and willpower dice pools for the next half hour.
Okay.
All right. So, with that in our minds, you finish hotboxing the RV, and you find yourself far from civilization, far from the winding rat race of Norfolk, to the deep, dank, soupy environ of the Great Dismal Swamp. Immediately, moisture assails your lips, your face, as heat just rises out of this dark, humid place. Rarely are people brave enough to go looking through the swamp at night. I assume you and the rest of your companions have brought flashlights.
Of course.
Excellent. And so, with flashlights affixed and shotguns on your back, you make your way in. Delmund rushes ahead of you, excited. Oh man, you are not gonna believe it, okay? This thing is gonna blow your mind. Bill, what's the closest you ever got to a creepy crawly?
I mean, I find bugs in my shoes almost every
I mean,
night.
aside from the shoe bugs, like, you know, like we talk about it, but I mean, what's the closest you ever really been to a cryptid?
There was that really hairy baby once, but that was just a person with...
I really thought we found them that time, too.
But no, I can't say we really got one.
Well, it looks like this is gonna be one hell of a time for all of us.
You walked deep into the Great Dismal Swamp. Far off snarling of creatures hidden by the dark. Why don't you go ahead and roll me Dex Stealth, not forgetting your -1 penalty for being stoned.
Of course. Ooh, 3 successes, 1 10.
Ah, that 10. Why don't you go ahead and pop it?
I will. Here we go. Another 2. 1 success.
Excellent, excellent. With your 4 successes, you raise your hand. You stop your cell in your tracks. As in the distance of the darkness, a shape has to be at least 6 foot tall on 2 legs, built like a truck. It's hard to make out, though. You may need to get closer for a better look.
Everybody, flashlights off.
Okay, what did you see, Bill?
We've got something out there. Big, stands up like us. I don't know if that's some kind of skunk ape or a bona fide Sasquatch, or maybe something else is out here entirely. But if it doesn't see us, we certainly see it, so let's not draw extra attention to ourselves. You hear that? Maybe it's some kind of echolocation.
I'm gonna get my shotgun raised up just in case.
Careful, Dale, careful.
And Bill will pull out his camcorder and turn it on.
You zoom in, trying to get a good look. Then it begins moving, getting closer and closer, until finally a claw rakes across one of the trees. A palm wraps around it, and peeking around the corner. Oh God, it's a bear.
Oh, shit.
What is it? Is it a celebuton? Is it a mothman?
Shut the fuck up. It's a fucking bear.
Oh, that's not as good. I was really hoping it'd be like a Sasquatch or something.
Can I see what kind of species this bear is? Because we are either fine or we're fucked.
Sure. Why don't you go ahead and roll me perception. Oh God. Let's say I would give it to survival at difficulty difficulty 6 for survival, or if you have it science zoology, which I would give at difficulty 5.
Okay, I have no science.
Okay.
If I've
survival.
been out, can I justify survival just by virtue of trying to know what's going to be out here in the swamp so don't kill me?
I absolutely think survival. As I said, I would give you survival, or if you had zoology knowledge, I would give you that at lower difficulty.
Okay.
So survival is good, difficulty 6.
Sure. Difficulty 6.
And remember, you have +1 dice from the
I
dungeon.
also have a specialization. I have uncanny insight.
Okay.
Oh, not good.
Oh,
not good.
My God.
2 1s, no successes.
You reach in and you're trying to see what kind of bear is that? Is that a black bear? Is that a brown bear? What? And then all of a sudden, you snap a twig underfoot. And out of surprise, you snap a shot with your hand. And the bright flash goes off. And the bear is now looking at you.
Can I see now what species of bear it is?
It appears to be a relatively large black bear.
Black bears are pussies.
Yes, but you've startled it. So now it begins crawling towards you on all fours, going as its arms raised high. It growls at you. It seems like it views you as an intruder.
Dale, get your shotgun ready. Follow my lead. We have to be big. We gotta get real big and try and scare this off. If it makes a swipe at me, just fucking shoot it. I don't know. It should scare it off.
Delman follows your lead. He gets on his tippy toes and he begins waving his hands. Why don't you go ahead and make me manipulation intimidation?
Okay.
Would you like to spend a willpower?
I would love to spend
Oh!
Oh.
You didn't have to with 1 success. Why don't you go pop that 10?
Sure thing.
Okay, 1 success. You kind of raise your hands up. You begin making a big hullabaloo. Why don't I roll contested willpower for the bear?
Can I have to declare that before I roll, correct, for willpower?
That is correct.
Okay.
But you're in luck. Bear sees this cacophony and begins backing up into the forest. The Delman punctuates it. Bear! I'll get you!
Yeah, I think we're good.
Whew. Wow, that was stressful. I gotta say, close encounters like that. Close, like the movie. Oh, like the movie, Close Encounters. And we're
get it.
for the alien. All right. Delmond shocked at the lack of uproarious laughter, adjusts his vest.
Okay, come on here and follow me.
The flashlights go back on. A few steps later, one crooked path deeper into the recesses of this humid, claustrophobic swamp. You find yourself sticking your foot straight into wet, sopping mud. And you realize this is the same place from those photos. Delmond is jumping for joy. Here, man, here, we're right here, But then as you take a look at the mud, there's not a trace of the sigil.
Delmond?
Wait, whoa. No, it was here. You got my photos. It was right here.
You're sure this is where you took the photo, right?
This is exactly where you see it. This little thing, and he points at a particular line of grass that was there. This tree here, you notice how it's drooping over like that? I recognize it, okay? I know what I saw.
But where's the sigil?
Oh man, I knew this was gonna be another wild goose chase.
No, come on, don't say that. It was here. Maybe they covered it up. They came by and they, stole all the evidence.
What evidence is there? It was a symbol in the muck.
Maybe there were some things that people didn't want them to know, and they took it. Let's scan. Let's take a look. Let's see if we can find any remnants of the aliens.
Okay, let's look. Maybe they're still here.
And you all begin wandering about this wet brown hole. Why don't you go ahead and give me a perception investigation?
Sure.
This one's going to be difficulty 7.
Okay. Difficulty 7. Good thing I have 6 die. Oh, god damn. I got one
That's still
failure.
one success.
One success.
You're looking high and low for these fucking extraterrestrials. You're looking for any sense of tracking or movement here. And you're coming up empty. There's no even footprints, you know? You can tell, like, once or twice when you see areas that Delmond was here. But there's no car tracks. It looks like, just a fucking normal pile of mud. Maybe it rained. You're looking over some trees when all of a sudden you step on something hard in one of the bushes.
What the?
Not a rock. Reaching down to investigate, you see a piece of bright yellow plastic.
What the hell is this?
You pick it up, and you see geometrical indentations. It looks almost like an artist's tool, maybe a stamp, something that maybe you could create such indentations.
I think we found our culprit.
What did you find there, Bill?
And Bill will wheel around and hold this strange plastic tool to Delmond.
Does this look familiar to you?
Oh, no, I didn't see that at all where I was last night. What do you think it is?
I think it's a tool to make that impression that you saw. You sure that you didn't make this, Delmond?
I mean, come on. I guess maybe it's a hoax. Maybe we found a
I think he might be lying to me.
Go ahead and roll me some perception empathy.
Perception empathy. 1 success and a 10.
Go ahead and pop that 10.
Nothing.
You just give Delman this stern glance. His lip kind of starts to twitch and...
All right, Bill. Okay. Okay, you caught me. Yeah. It's mine. Bill, we've been working on this thing for years. Years, and we haven't found anything. We haven't even gotten any money out of it. We haven't even come close to anything. I wanted to give us a win, you know?
Where's the win in something that's completely fake? I thought we thought it's all been covered up and it's been suppressed because the man doesn't want us to know about this. Where's the integrity to it?
Well, that's real. That's real, Bill. You know, I believe just like you believe,
But I believed in this. And I believed in you, Delmond. I thought this was real. I thought we actually had something. But you just had us chasing nothing that was here. You know how much that hurts me.
I wanted us to have something to bring to the bank. Because the Hidden Gazette is essentially, it's about as well read as a diary. No one's looking us up because we don't make the big finds. And I'm starting to think that maybe a lot of these big finds, they need people to make them.
Then what's the point of doing all of it if it's a hoax anyway? What are they going to come back and see? When they find that thing out in the swamps, say, oh, yes, they faked it. They put this there. Don't look into any of this. This is just by your imagination. Well, we know that's legitimate, then, I don't know, those 24-hour hotlines, those wackos who do go on Howard Stern and make an ass of themselves. We're never going to be those people who worked in the Air Force and saw what they had at Roswell. We're nothing if it's all fake. Where's the belief? Where's the truth in all of it? You know what I should have done today? Instead of losing my job again, I should have followed that woman being dragged into a car by men in black. I should have left and followed them and saw where it led. They would have got me in the end. But at least it would have meant something. And maybe it would have survived. Not this. Dragged out in the middle of a swamp at 2 a.m. Nothing here but a fucking tracery in the mud.
I guess I let you down, Bill. I'm sorry. I just wanted... You get tired of chasing the truth when it just doesn't show up. Sometimes, I guess I thought I had to make my own this time. I'm sorry.
I know. I know you only had the best intentions for it. It's just, it hurts. And I know. You're so desperate for something real so we can really put ourselves in the map, and it's nothing.
Yeah.
I know.
I guess so.
Well,
And then, a flash, a strike of red. Steam rising. Not here, but deeper in the swamp.
fuck was that?
I don't know. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
It wasn't you. You didn't set some like pyrotechnics off. You didn't plan that.
Ever since I blew off my pinky, I'm legally not allowed to own pyrotechnics anymore. No. Let's go. Let's go. Are we thinking let's go? I'm looking at that.
Yeah. If we're chasing smoke anyway, we might as well chase the real thing.
We're right behind you, Bill. We're right behind you.
Let's go.
And you take off in a mad sprint. Go ahead and make me Dex Athletics.
Dex Athletics. 1 success, 1 failure.
So that's no successes.
Correct.
You begin sprinting out, your body moving as fast as you can carry it, your muscles lugging the weight of you over their bones as shrubs begin to disappear, as little pockets of marsh just, they flash past you. You are moving, your heart is beating, and despite it all, you're just barely getting passed up, first by Delman, younger, faster. He's making his way there. Gale and Glenn,
are racing their way through this underbrush. And so you're the last one there. But it doesn't really matter, because everyone that reaches their destination reacts the same way. They see a clearing, but not a natural one. One made by something else. Trees cut down. No, if they were cut down, they would be visible. Trees disintegrated. Stumps, holes, ash, sometimes nothing at all. Still smoldering with a faint red glow. It gives the only light in this place besides your flashlights, which are so disorganized, so dropped that you don't even have a good look over this area. What is before you is an enormous basin, now carved into forestry. Where are you going to look first?
Seeing the enormous basin ahead, Bill is going to look up at the sky.
It's a sunless, starless, cloudless black above you, which is strange to you, given that there were stars in the sky just a moment before. It's then that Delmond, he lifts up his flashlight. Bill, look.
Bill will train his eyes and his camcorder up.
You move from the sky to the center, and where Delmond's flashlight illuminated once, Gale and Glenn follow right after. In the center, you don't see Mayan carvings or the secret histories of the old world. You see vast, almost non-Euclidean, strange, winding geometry. It's focused, but not in a metric that you might imagine. Tendrils looping about, creating startling patterns enmeshed in what is now a scorched, swampy floor. But that's not what catches your attention. Instead, it's the thing standing in the middle. The thing with the pale gray skin. Two bulbous, staring eyes. And a single finger, faintly glowing red. Turns its head slowly, and then it looks at you.
Holy shit.
Bill will look to his camcorder and just make sure it's still recording.
It is, which doesn't give you any sense of ease, just clarity. It records as this thing moves like a serpent or like a cat. It's so graceful, fluid, even as its limbs, which should be ungainly, turn face completely to you. It slowly reaches a finger forward to point. The glow turned red, then blue. And then in that moment, bang, 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 bang!
Floodlights turn on behind you, whirling of helicopters, the sound of doors opening, of men, of metal, of things crowding out. Things are happening all around you, and you are blinded by this sheer bright light ahead of you. Freeze! Get down! Get down! Get down now!
Bill will drop to his knees.
You see men in white suits, hazmat gear. They carry strange tubes. They carry what look almost like enormous quarantine gear. They carry devices that spark and shudder. You look at this, and Greg starts running, and Gale starts running, and Delmond, he grabs you. Bill, we can't stay. We gotta go. Aliens, we gotta go. And he lifts you up just in time for a line of electricity to fall down here by you before tracing a line where you stood mere minutes ago.
Shit, oh god. And Bill
Get
will
the
fucking go. He is gonna book it out of the swamp.
The fuck out of here. Roll me Dex Athletics now.
Oh god, okay. Oh, I have a -1 to dexterity, don't I?
Yeah, you sure do.
Oh, fuck. It's okay, I got a 10. I'm gonna pop that.
All right.
It's 6. It's 6. Success.
You see, and you are moving forward. You are a blur. You drop your flashlight. It rolls out of your hand as you're moving, such is your velocity. But fortunately, your companions have enough to light the way. You are in a rush, and it's not quite clear if there's something chasing you. Gale. Was that a real alien?
Yes, it was a real fucking alien. Oh my god, we got it. We got it on tape. We got it on tape. We gotta go.
We could be followed, Bill. We could be followed. Where do we go?
I don't know. We gotta get out. We gotta circle back around and get to the van without being spotted.
What if they're already at the van, man? What if
They
we're
were
already
fucked.
there?
We don't know. But they're here, and they know that thing's here too. If it wastes them before it wastes us, we might get out alive.
All right, Bill. All right, we'll do it your way.
He cocks his shotgun. He is ready to proceed. And then, all of a sudden, two eyes staring at you from behind a tree. A hand pointing. It's blue. What are you doing?
Bill is going to dodge out of the way. He's going to try and combat roll to not be zapped to death.
You see as this and this line of electricity flashes out. You dodge out of the way. Glenn is not so lucky. This beam merges with his form. He begins spreading out and then in and then... You see as he disappears into this geometric spread as flash of blue light, and there is nothing left.
Oh god!
We have to keep moving! We gotta go! All right, so you are running again. Make me another Dex Athletics.
Fuck! 2 successes, 1 failure!
All right, that's fine. You have 1 to keep pace, and you are making your way through the swamp. I'm sorry. I should have never brought us out here, Bill.
Don't worry about it. We just gotta go. We just gotta leave right now. We gotta go.
Okay. And you make it to outside where the car was. The car is there. And 3 men in suits with sunglasses are standing around it. They haven't seen you all yet.
Oh shit! Get down!
Bill, if these guys, if they're chasing the alien, maybe they're not working with it.
No, they will fucking neutralize us. They're supposed to protect the narrative and the truth. They will fucking ice us. Get down!
Make me Dex Stealth.
I'm not very good at that one. It's gonna be... it's a straight 3 again.
Oh, no successes and 1 failure. -1 success.
You try to get down, but as you do, the latches on your shotgun, they go off. And all of a sudden, all 3 agents turn and look at that little shred of woods.
Did you, hear something, Mr. Black?
I think I did, Mr. White. Why don't we take a look at it, Mr. Gray?
Bill, take Delman. Get out of here. I'll get out by yourself. You can't stay. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid.
And you see as Gale stands up.
I surrender. I surrender.
What will you do?
Bill will encourage Delman to just go and try and move as stealthily as they can through the underbrush.
One last chance. Dex stealth.
Oh, man.
At this point, I would say that you're pretty sober. I will remove the bonus for perception and the penalty for Dex. Also,
Thank you.
if succeeding here is very important to you, you may want to spend a willpower for an automatic success.
I will spend a willpower here to not potentially be removed.
Excellent. So when you roll, you have one automatic success. Let's see what else you need with difficulty 6.
Oh, boy. Oh, that's not good.
I love this game so much.
Mage is so fun.
With no successes, you stand up. You start to make a break for it with Delmond.
And what about those two over there?
Now it's a sprint. Roll me Dex Athletics.
Shit! Get them!
Cheese it! Oh, no, it's another two. Why am I rolling so many ones?
Oh no! When you pop it, you get to pop that 10.
Oh, God, legs don't fail me now. It failed me now!
It's a success! You start to get up and you're, oh my god! One of these agents just breaks off in a full tilted sprint. You've never seen a man that size run that fast. And he goes running straight for your direction. As he does, you are down. You've fallen. You're in the muck. You're in the mire. You're behind the bush. And Delman just looks down at you. Sorry. And then runs right at the guy, tackling him.
Delman's a stocky guy, but he's not built like a G-man.
And though he's down on him now, going, ah, come on, get away, come on! And starts punching him in the head.
You can tell that this advantage isn't going to last for very long.
Bill is going to try and book it one more time, and I would like to spend another willpower.
All right. Book it. One last time.
One more go. Oh my fucking Christ.
All right. With no successes, you continue moving. You're running as fast as you can. You're breaking away from the sound of your friends as they are detained, as they are brought someplace you might not want to know about. And you think you've made it clear. Only for...
That's right, Mr. Gray. I've found him.
Alone in the dark of the swamp. You and a man with sunglasses. A room apart.
You should make this easier on yourself and come with me, Mr. Morgan.
How do you know my name? How do you know who I am?
How indeed.
I suggest you cease resisting.
You're not gonna take me away to some loony bin. You're not gonna... This is too important. We worked our lives for this one. My friends gave theirs. I can't let you zero-sum me here.
Zero sum, you have quite the active imagination. I'm not asking because there's a chance you can escape. I'm asking nicely, so why don't you go ahead and cease resisting?
The words begin barreling through your skull. I need to make a roll.
Oh,
What is your current willpower?
my current willpower is 8.
Excellent. With one success, you feel something trying to worm its way into your psyche. It's like a centipede under your skin. It's a worm crawling between your veins. This sense, this doughy-eyed complicity, it starts pulling through your head. And it's enough to buy him a couple steps, but not much more. You know he just tried something and it didn't work. You still have your will to resist. You still have one last chance to break away.
How many willpower am I permitted to spend?
Only the one.
Only the one.
Can't be too easy for you.
Of course. One more chance.
Come on, I need this. The people have gotta know. I don't know what you just did, but I'm not going. They've gotta see this. And ain't no MIP gonna take me today.
3 successes and a 10.
All right, we take those. Why don't you pop that 10?
Oh no, it's a 1.
That's okay. Because it was popped, it doesn't reduce from your total. We're going to get an opposed athletics check here. You have 3 successes. And lucky stallion that you are, I think you make it out. Running!
Now, which way? Left, right?
Left.
All right, you make a sprint for it. You leave behind the G-Man as he chases after you with animalistic fervor. He's not expending as much energy when you briefly look past. He's not giving it as much as you're giving this.
But it doesn't seem like it matters too much. He's still on your tail. He's still making his way.
He is on you, but your speed is just enough to keep inching you out. You are making the run of your life.
You find yourself caught up in a spider's web. It hits right in your face. Gotta get this thing off, and you start pulling it off, only to see that there's something weird with this spider's web. It's tied to something. Do you pull it off?
He's gotta move. He's gotta pull it off.
You pull it off, and you see a single strand rolling up the tree. And for a second, it catches your attention. The tree that it was stuck on bucks. And then falls down behind you. Jesus Christ! You hear the agent attempt to dodge out of the way. Bam! And you have an opening. You might be able to get away.
I'm going to boost this with willpower again. 4 successes minus 1 because of the failure for 3.
3 successes. You find yourself in the underbrush, in the wake of that fallen tree. Eventually you see that agent emerging from the darkness. He turns his head to the left, then the right, puts a finger to his ear. Can't find Morgan. Any idea on his position? Right. I'll continue scouting the area. And then you see him running off, disappearing into the folds of the forest. And you are left alone.
Oh my god. What the fuck did I get myself into? Oh my god, it's all real. Oh my god, it was all real the entire time. We did it. We got the proof we needed. Oh my god. We did it. Oh my god, damn. Oh my god, he's dead. Oh my god. At least I still got this.
And he'll look down at his camera. Is it still recording?
Oh yes, it's still capturing your every move. But you notice there's a bit of spider silk just behind the lens.
Bill will reach down to try and pull it away from the camera.
As you do, you're able to get it off the camera, but it snags, as if there's some other force on the other end. As you move your head up to take a look, you see that it's wrapped around a tree, wrapped around another tree, wrapped around another tree. This line of silken thread moving about the trees as if in a pattern.
What the? That is one tenacious spider.
Bill will turn the camera back to himself.
I don't know what I just saw. I don't know who they were, what that was. I think there's a lot more going on in the Great Dismal Swamp than they might want us to know.
And he'll try to turn the camera back to look at the internecine thread running through the entirety of this swamp. And he'll try and snap it.
You try as you can't snap this thread. It's not budging. You put your full strength behind it. It's not breaking. And if you listen closely to the din of the swamp, you can hear as if this silken length is wrapping around more and more of this place.
What is this?
And if it's tearing it is not working, he's going to try and wrap it around his finger, as if one might do with a errant length of thread coming undone from a sweater.
You do this, and you blink for a moment, and you find yourself in a strange place. Suddenly, it's bright out, the American flag pitched behind you. There's a blackboard in which you've drawn on Professor Morgan. You seem to be holding court over a large class. Your topic of discovery? Ancient history. You blink, it's gone. And another one. Your hands, they're covered in blood. You blink before realizing why. You're in a teal smock. In front of you, a surgery. And you. Yes, you. It's you that the nurse staff look at expectantly. Another one at the back of a garbage truck. You're taking what you can before an individual approaches behind you. A man in a large, billowing, navy blue jacket. He cocks a gun at you. NYPD, get on the ground! Before it too is gone. And these visions, these one after the other, one after the other, they assail you until you drop the thread. And it lands peaceably down amongst a wad of grass.
What was that? Follow the string. Who said that? Chase the truth. Who are you?
And he's frantically panning around with the camera, trying to get a beat on where is this voice coming from.
Follow the string and chase the truth.
The camera pans in a circle around the dark swamp. You don't find head or high water of the source of the voice. There's a light glow now around the string.
Bill is going to pan the camera to the string that he saw, and he's going to look to the little video window on the camcorder and see if it's picking up the string that is there.
Oh, yes. You can see it better now that it's more vibrant in the dark, now that it shutters off its strange glow to you. But on the camera, there's no string at all.
What is this? Is this some kind of geomantic phenomena? Is this?
And he'll try and hold the string again in his hand.
The string, see the gazebo that you built. No, that you didn't build. You see the money that you earned, or maybe the money that you didn't earn. You see the sky, you see the ground, you see the oceans and the earth. It's hard to tell what you're looking at. The truth could well be here, in this isolated corner of the great dismal swamp. Or it could be elsewhere. That voice echoes again in your head.
Follow the string and chase the truth.
Follow the string. Why do you want me to follow this? Is you the agent from before? Show yourself. Show yourself, I'm armed.
There is no agent. There is no reply. Just the sound of the wind in the woods and the glow of the string.
I don't know where this is going.
He'll turn the camera back on himself.
I don't know if I'd even heard that. Or if you heard this on here. But if I'm gonna find out what that thing was, who those men were, I'm gonna have to trust it. I'm gonna have to follow this thing. Whatever it might be. And whatever it might lead to.
And Bill will get up and look to where the string is going, and he will continue following it. This light leading him in deeper into the swamp.
Darkness is your only companion outside of the sounds of the woods and the glow of the string. It snakes about neighboring locations without a care. First trees, then runs along the ground before crawling back up and forward again. The path is quite treacherous. Takes a little while too. But eventually, you see where it leads you. Deeper than you might have wanted to be, at a location of which you have long lost track of. A yellow sign hidden among the underbrush. Joint Station 6, Ashley. Beyond the sign, there is a clearing in the swamp. Something that seems out of place. A 3-tiered concrete building. It looks almost white, in stark contrast with how dirty this swamp can be. It has windows, doors, a series of black cars, a large black van. Inside, red lights shine, suggesting a chaos that you might not have reckoned on before.
You found the truth. Will you grasp it?
I want to know more. I need to know more. Whatever's in there is not supposed to be here, I think. I don't think I'm supposed to be here either, but I think we're well and past that point, everybody.
There is a form emerging from the trees. Something inside the darkness. It is light. It is bright. It is where the thread has led you. Glowing with a sort of unnatural silver, a large 9-foot tall humanoid featured thing moves out from the swamp, and it stares right at you. Its limbs, its hands, its feet, all of them enormous beyond human mean, and its facial features. It reminds you almost of a Sasquatch made of string.
What the hell are you?
Choose the truth, or your path ends in the dark.
I want to know. I want to know more. What is the truth? What do I choose? You're like a Bigfooter.
A hand smashes down onto your shoulder. You won't need to worry about the truth, Mr. Morgan. And an injection into your neck. Something steals into your body. Turn around and you see the black shades of the man from before. You won't remember much of this at all. And you fall. And so what else do you remember, Mr. Morgan?
It's the last thing I remember. That research site, that man in the suit knocking me out with some kind of sedative.
Well, Mr. Morgan, I hate to say, but a lot of the things that you remember may not have happened the way you thought. You see, while you were out on your cryptid hunt in the woods, Mr. Glenn Willings, he happened upon a live wire and was electrocuted. In the ensuing chaos, things might have seemed very confusing. Hallucinations in that kind of high-stress environment, they aren't uncommon. You need to realize, though, that the things you were seeing with, the danger you were in, none of that exists. And I'd like you to come back to reality with me.
Oh no, I'm right here. This is as real as it gets. And there was no live wire. What do you mean live wire in the swamp? There's no live wires there. He wasn't electrocuted by some sort of errant pole or construct. No, he was atomized. He was
Sir, I know that this might be hard for you to grasp.
No, you don't sir me. I don't know who you are. I don't know where you think you're keeping me. But I know what I saw.
Okay, I'm prescribing you a certain medicine. It's called Nuvinicil. Have you ever heard of it?
You're not gonna make me forget what I saw there. What do you want me to forget? He's dead. I know he's dead. It doesn't matter. He's gone. But I know what I saw. I know that
Mr.
sight that I
Morgan.
saw.
I wish you had chosen not to be difficult. She raises her hand to your ear. He's resisting. Pump in the gas.
And Bill will, in response to this, try to pull away at the chain linking him to the bed here and try and break it with just brute strength.
You go ahead and roll me strength. Strength
Absolutely.
athletics.
And I have destructive strength as well for my skills.
Even better.
Oh, not so good. Not so good.
You raise your strength, but
It's like the man in the video says, you can't break these cuffs. They're stronger than brute strength. They're meant for this kind of thing. And as you see the lady turn, you know, we were going to help you, Mr. Morgan, and now we can't. And I'm sorry. She puts on a mask as this bluish mist begins being channeled into the room.
He's going to hold his breath. Is the bed moving at all, or is it stationary?
Oh, it's stationary, but as you hold your breath, you see something that she doesn't. You blink once, you blink twice as this gas begins filtering in, and you realize that string squatch is standing right behind her. He raises his hand.
You've chosen the truth. Now, seek it and bring it to the light. Bill Morgan.
And as you blink, you realize something. You realize something insane. That those strings you were following, that thing you were looking at, it's not just there. It's everywhere. Everywhere. On the smoke, on the walls, on the woman, on the cup, on you. You're surrounded by string. And all you need to do is find which ones to pull. The true nature of reality filters into your mind, and I have only one question for you. As you awaken from this long, eternal sleep, how will you break out of this cell?
And he'll reach up his hands, and he'll touch the strings flowing in the air around, plucking them like some kind of divine instrument. The harmonies of this grand tapestry unfurled before him. He will reach up his hands, fingers touching any number of threads, and he will say, I surrender to nobody. And he will grab them in his fingers and pull them down.
You are pulling it all down. Is there any particular form that the dissolution takes?
As he grabs and pulls these strings, you see as the room around him, this padded room, these walls that were once there, solid and imposing, begin fading away as if they were particles disappearing back into the ether. This fire of entropy-made form finally being unleashed, the chaos of the system roiling forth as what once was a room gives way to nothing. The walls around him coming down, the woman in front of him unraveling, exploding apart into more and more fibers that just weave their way back and snaking back in as if it was a tapestry itself repairing these errant, now severed cords. As the walls around fade, the gas recedes and peters out into nothing, and the facility at large opened up to him, no longer isolated in this featureless room.
The door is open to you. Will you go through?
He will walk through, as what remains of a frame that was there also begins unraveling as he brushes his hand upon it, leaving it for the last time.
You leave the padded room, and in its place is stark white. This doesn't look like any hospital you've ever seen. There's no windows. You don't quite know where you're at. But you do know one thing. As you walk out and you leave an area that was once labeled holding cell, red klaxons blare out, lights of crisis air, and a voice over the intercom proudly and calmly mentions,
all Site Ashley staff are recommended for immediate evacuation or anticipation of a level 3 threat. I repeat, all on-site staff are requested to evacuate or prepare for a level 3 reality threat.
In hallways far away from you, glimmering this through the network of strings in your mind, you can tell that doors are opening and closing, that men are shuttling things out of cupboards into furnaces, or more likely, rushing for exits. You know that there are men aplenty, men like the agent, men like the therapist, men like Mr. Black, all around you. But not to your right. If you sought to leave this place, you might want to venture there.
Bill will begin walking to his right and looking towards any visible loudspeaker. Is there a string going from that loudspeaker towards him?
Yes, there's strings from all things connecting to you. You need only reach out and ensure the connection persists.
Bill will reach out towards the string going towards the loudspeaker and weave it through his fingers and pull it to him, intending to bring the voice that had just said that to him.
Inside of your hand now is a sparking part of a computerized console. Audio dials, different volumetric cursors. They surround this thing, which now sparks as if freshly hewn from its original standpoint. Wires limp and dead beneath your grip. The alarm continues, but not the voice.
I guess that's one problem down,
And he'll throw it back behind him as it just kind of disappears and unravels.
Of course.
And he will continue walking to the right, presumably to a door leading out of this corridor.
Oh, yes. You find your door there, and you open it up to a parade of fire.
That's not supposed to be here.
He'll close the doors. He'll focus for a moment, and he'll grab some strings that were fluttering through the crack and open the door yet again, pulling those strings taut in opposite directions.
You pull the strings, the door closes and reopens. There's a sliding sensation at the pit of your stomach as, in place of a fire, you see a cafeteria. Empty of all life, save for, the smell of quite tempting chili. You pull it again, though. That's not your real destination. And in place, you have a heliport as men in black garb, looking almost like unmarked SWAT officers, pour out and in to the building from a helicopter. Go! You realize that's not quite the exit you're looking for, and you pull the third one before winding up in a sterile corridor labeled Top Secret Holding.
Well, out of the frying pan.
And Bill will walk through this new iteration of the hallway. And he will close the door behind him and just tap on it and say,
You don't need to open again. This is fine.
All at once, the gears in the door disintegrate. They gum up. And this door is quite useless. But as you begin moving forward, there is a glass pane on the left side of this hallway that reveals a curious occupant.
What does Bill see, looking through this glass pane?
You see two beady eyes, pale, liquidous flesh. You see the alien, and it looks at you.
You killed my friend.
It raises its hands slowly, not pointed, an open palm in the air.
Then it looks at its hand as 2 fingers rise in the air before pressing it against the glass. The peace symbol.
Why did you kill him? Why did you kill my friend? What? Why? Why you don't come in peace?
The alien gestures out at the room behind you, the top secret corridor. It gestures at the clean, sterile efficiency of the hallway, the military equipment so obviously used in its construction, the seeing eye in the dull camera in the corner, and seems to believe it's communicating some point about the facility before its head raises up to look you in the eyes again.
I don't get it. Makes sense, damn it. Aren't you supposed to speak? Don't you have telepathy? You're telling me all those videos lied? You're telling me X-Files lied?
The alien puts a hand to its eye and then points a finger forward, past you. It glows, this time a yellow color. An energy seems to be gathering on the tip of the finger. Before, there's a sense that something's changed here, and a door behind you unlocks.
And Bill will turn around to the door that is there. Is there any sign out by it, or is it very much the same as it was in here, just nondescript?
It says number 3.
Whatever I'm supposed to see is in that room, right? That's what you're telling me.
The alien just looks at you.
Okay, well, if there's something in there, or I'm gonna turn around and you're gonna turn me into shapes, we're gonna have a problem.
Will you turn your back on the alien?
Bill will turn around. Well, he'll sidle up to the door, still like half keeping an eye on the alien, and open that door, slipping inside without taking his eyes off of it.
The door opens, and inside is something you weren't quite expecting. A hand, but not a human hand. A face, but not a human face. Not an alien face either. Inside of that room is a chimpanzee in a surgical gown, playing with a pair of keys. Turns, and it looks at you as you enter.
Oh! And Bill will point his finger out.
Monkey! There was a monkey? There's a monkey here!
It begins crawling on the ground before quickly jumping onto your shoulder.
You're not supposed to be here either, are you?
And he lifts his hand, showing you the pair of keys. They're Delman's keys for his RV.
Where did you get these?
And he points at the alien, which is just staring at you from behind glass.
Are you Delmond? Did they turn you into a monkey?
He looks at you. And then just kind of climbs off and begins walking into the hallway.
Monkey. The fuck is going on? Oh, I'm freaking the fuck out.
And as you freak out, you realize you can't see those strings anymore. That moment of godlike power, it seems like it's slipped away from your grip. And
rather than what you were before, now you feel more like a man in a room with a monkey and an alien is also watching you.
Where'd they go? Where'd they go? And he'll look around frantically back to the alien if there's any strings going to that alien or its room or whatever.
Oh, no strings, none that you can see, not with your normal eyes. The alien is just looking. The monkey reaches out and grabs a whiteboard and a marker. On it, you could tell it had been scribbling something, but just kind of wipes it away before it begins drawing. And then it shows you the drawing. There is a flying saucer, a car, and a passing resemblance of you and it walking to the car together. Ed just starts crawling out to the door that was at the end of the hallway, pointing towards it, as if to signal you forward.
Oh, okay. We go this way. It's fine. What about that? What about that one? That little gray guy.
What about the alien? It's not there.
Okay. 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 All right. Let's go. We're gonna go take the car and we're gonna go into the tractor beam. Okay, the alien's gone. I might be dead. This could be hell, but there's a monkey here, so it can't be that bad.
He'll go. He'll start walking, and he'll start walking a little bit faster, and he'll start sprinting up to the monkey towards the end of the hall.
You pass by windows that contain freak after freak. One had a giant weird worm. One had a panther with octopus limbs. You're kind of not really looking at it. You're kind of more focused on the monkey and the alien and the drawing. And when you finally get to the end of the hallway, the door opens to reveal a enormous hole, as if the building had been shorn out from the outside, as if the building was just missing outside of this hole.
The entire building, save for this little section, is gone.
Oh, no. It's more that you can see the building and it continues, but whatever was in this hallway is not. There is no more hallway. And you can see the hallway actually continues because the door is on, like, about, 20 feet away from you on the same level. It's like there should be a hallway here, but there is no longer. And instead, you are outside.
Oh. Okay. Did I do that? Did I? No. Gotta keep moving. Gotta follow the monkey. You! Where do we go?
And he climbs down very carefully. He winds up on the swampy ground. And he points at this outcropping in the swamp. You're in the back of the facility that you saw from the front. It seems like you've never left. And this wasn't all a day ago. This might have been a matter of a few hours ago that all of this happened.
It was all real.
And not long after that, you hear above the din of the rooftop, the helicopter blades whirling, the sound of men. Storm the perimeter, get it, secure the base. Further up ahead of you or behind you. None of that seems to matter. Because overhead, the sky is starless. There is no moon or cloud. But then a slit in the sky opens up. A circle of light falls from the sky. And floating to the ground from on high is Delman's RV. It
before landing without a sound. Then the beam dissipates. And above your head, you notice as stars return to the sky, one by one by one, as the enormous breadth of a city-sized saucer moves from overhead and disappears into the stars.
Whoa. That is fucking cool. I think I know where we need to go.
Monkey looks up at you expectantly.
I think it's time we leave.
The monkey joyfully crawls around the back of the car. It gets into the passenger seat, puts its seatbelt on. It sits expectantly, excited, ready to leave this place behind.
And Bill will start walking towards this vehicle too. And he'll pause a moment because he'll remember in this moment of lucidity, in validation, why they came there in the first place. And he'll remember that he doesn't have his camera. And he'll search his person, which also I feel like is worth asking. I should have asked this before. Is Bill in his regular clothes or is he in a surgical smock?
You were not in a surgical smock, but you're right. You don't have your shotgun. You don't have your camera. But as you turn to ask that question, you hear a ch and then a ch. You look over and you realize that the monkey has both of them.
Oh. You know how to work that thing, little man? I don't know why I trust a monkey with a shotgun, but I do.
It's raising it above his head and doing a little dance.
Let's get out of here, little guy.
And Bill will walk over to the RV, and he'll look one last time at the facility, swarming with agents, all fucked up from any manner of manipulation of the weaves around him. And he will close the door, walk to the front, get in the driver's seat, buckle in, turn on the RV, and fucking gun it out of there.
You leave the facility behind, as well as the world of the sleeper, as Bill Morgan drives back to Norfolk, Virginia. Now in the awakened world. Hulky Crow, welcome to Mage the Ascension. And that's where we cut it.
Oh, man! Fucking A, speaker.
Oh, God. I hope you liked it. I hope you liked it.
That was, oh my God, that was fantastic. You fucking devil. And no wonder you do so much fucking writing. Holy shit. That was amazing.
I'm really glad you liked it. Yours is one of my favorites. I worry that it dragged a little too long. We definitely went over the time limit that I expected. But we can, we'll figure it out, especially when we see how long the other awakenings are.
That's true.
We could always release it standalone. There's other things. How did you like? We should probably stop recording.
Oh yes, we should.
Okay.